Most renovation problems don't start with bad contractors. They start before the first quote is even requested. And if you're planning a renovation right now, there's a high chance you're about to make at least one of these mistakes without even realizing it. The frustrating part is this. People only realize these mistakes after money is spent, timelines are blown, and stress is already maxed out. By then, fixing them often costs more than the renovation itself, both in money and in sanity. Let's talk about the ones nobody warns you about. First, starting with the wrong question. Most people begin by asking, how much will this cost? That feels logical, right? But it's actually the wrong starting point, when cost is the very first thing you focus on. Everything else gets rushed: the scope, your priorities, and how the trades are sequenced. This is exactly how you end up cutting the wrong corners or paying twice for the same work because a critical step was missed. This mistake alone causes most of the panic that happens mid-project. The second mistake is thinking all quotes are comparable. Here is something homeowners learn far too late in the game. Two quotes that look similar on paper are almost never for the same job. One contractor might assume you want basic fixtures, while another has quoted for mid-project. One quote might leave out essential prep work like demolition or asbestos removal, while the other includes it. They might have totally different assumptions about materials, scope, or timelines, so people choose based on price, which is natural, and then they only discover these massive differences once construction has already started and it is too late to easily change course. The third big mistake is undervaluing planning time. Most people really underestimate how much thinking and decision-making should happen before anyone swings a hammer. Things like detailed layouts, how you'll actually use the space day to day, the sequence of work, and getting permits sorted out. This stuff can feel boring, so it gets rushed through. But here's the reality. Every single hour of planning you skip here turns into days, sometimes even weeks of stress later on. Proper planning is your best defense against project chaos. And that leads to mistake number 4, assuming that normal delays won't happen to you. Everyone hears horror stories about renovation delays, and then they quietly assume their project will be the exception. That's rarely how it goes. Material shortages, waiting for city inspections. A subcontractor getting sick. None of this means your project is failing or that your contractor is bad. It just means it wasn't planned with reality in mind. A good plan has buffers built in for these exact situations. Most renovation stress isn't caused by bad intentions. It's caused by missing information early on in the process. If you want fewer surprises, less stress, and a much better outcome, remember that the planning phase matters more than most people realize. If this was useful, subscribe. We break this stuff down simply without all the noise.